All right. Yes, I put my keyboard back in its box. Of course I did. So this is the CSTM80 drop keyboard. So this keyboard retails for around $200. Um, I was able to pick it up at a random Best Buy for $89.99. So I don't know what kind of sale they had going on, but I struck a pretty sweet deal. Flip that down. Little thing comes out. Well, oops, my. This keyboard does come with a 2-year warranty. We can start with the outside. The angle here is about, what, 6-degree typing angle? I have the website open here. The back is very nice. Little stainless steel weight here with some little rubber feet. You gamers out there are going to love this. You can just pull the case right off with those 4 black magnets. There. Making it super easy to get all your gamer gunk out. Look, there's a little crumb line right there. Love that you can take the top off. Hate when everything gets all... I mean, it's inevitable. Things will get dusty, and you're gonna eat chips right into this thing. So, let me plug it in so I can actually use my keyboard. I'll just pull up my screen here, and you can see while I pull up the specs list. You can just pause here, but it's 10 keyless. It's polycarbonate under it. Polycarbonate. It's all polycarbonate. It has a bunch of foam. I mean, that's a lot of layers. I love my foam, so if that's something you're into, tons of case dampening, sound dampening. It's gasket mounted, cherry keycap profile. The keycaps are ABS, which is probably the biggest downside of this keyboard, but I do love the front-facing shine through. I call them legends. Yes, it's hot swappable, which is amazing. You can always try out new switches, you know, put in a sample set, be like, oh, I love this switch so much more. I'm going to buy the whole set and then replace the entire thing with new switches if you need. It has 5-pin switch support. The stabilizers are PCB mounted, so there is no rattle. South-facing LEDs, per key RGB LED lighting. The RGB in the software, we'll get into that. I got the Gateron Milky Yellow KS3 variant. Just your standard Gateron Milky Yellow KS3. When they come in stock, they're actually very well lubed. Okay, I'm going to do a sound test now of the CSTM80. All right, so I'm in the drop software now. This is a cool little piece of software. It's all open source. You might have to come into here and reflash the firmware of your keyboard. So I had to come in here. I want to do stock. You want to do FN, left control backspace, as it tells you. And then you click flash. Wait a second, it'll flash, and then you'll be able to configure it here. So when you come in here, you have to like unlock your keyboard for some reason. I guess it's so you can't like accidentally rebind something. So if you go to settings here, you can see that they have an SOCD feature, or you might know it by the name like Razor Snap Tap, Snappy Tappy. But if we go back to layers, you can change it to a Mac layout. But if you go to customize, There is so much you can do here. We have this F13 key here, so you can do it to, while it's head down, activate a different layer, and there is you can add as many layers as you want. So you can have a key is pressed for the next key press, or, I mean, you can see. You can do pretty much anything here. You can add to swap to a different layer and have completely different bindings for that layer, and then have it set for a certain key, go back to another layer, or maybe on that layer you can have it go to another layer. You can get all sorts of complicated stuff in here. But I'm going to set my F13 key to toggle SOCD. Now, here's what does suck, though. So you override global lighting to change the RGB, and then you go to customize. It's not like Razer or like Logitech's lighting software. See, they only have these, so you can do like breathing. I mean, they have some cool ones. Spiral is pretty cool. But yeah, let's say you wanted to have solid reactive here, so it's blue. And it goes up, it just inverts the hue or whatever. But if you wanted to have your keyboard be blue and be green when you click, you just can't do that. But you can get things like OpenRGB or Signal RGB. There's tons of open source or just programs that allow you like combine RGB things together, like things for your case and your keyboard and all that stuff. So you could download something like OpenRGB and really get into it if you wanted. Let's see some negative things about it. Definitely the ABS keycaps. Eventually, of course, I mean they're perfectly fine now. I've only been using the keyboard for like 2 months. And the RGB in the software is kind of sucks. But honestly, I think the customization of your key bindings kind of makes up for the lack of RGB in the software. But for $200 though, I would have liked to seen PBT keycaps. But other than the ABS keycaps, I mean, the switches feel and sound great. The customization in the software is pretty damn good. It's got great stabilizers, tons of case foam for sound dampening, and it makes it sound thockier, of course, which, you know, we all love that. It's really nice how the top cover comes off like that, just so easily. Just 4 little magnets, and you can pull your keycaps off and really get in there and clean the living hell out of it. The value, I mean, if you handed me this keyboard and didn't tell me the price, I'd probably tell you it's worth like $150, $160. I mean, if you can get it on a decent sale, like somehow I managed to get this thing for like $90 at random Best Buy. I mean, I basically fucking stole this from them. If you're looking for a keyboard around this price range already, then this should definitely be at the top of your list. All right, I think I covered about everything that you'd want to know. I mean, if I miss anything, just ask me a question in the comments and I'll try to reply to you or something. If you know of other keyboard options, tell people in the comments. You know, I always recommend, like, look around and find something for your taste before you decide to buy something, you know, that you're going to be using every day, like a keyboard. You know, just because I love my CSTM80 doesn't mean that it's going to be the right keyboard for you. Everyone has different tastes. Everyone has, they like different sound profiles or a different feeling switch. Of course, this is hot swappable, so you could always swap out the switches. You can also buy this keyboard bare bones. So yeah, you're going to have to get a decorative front piece for it with the magnet. You're going to have to get your own weight for it. You got a couple to choose from here. So you can throw in your own switches and your own keycaps. I guess your own stabs too. Hope this gave you some good information on this keyboard here, and see you.